Now welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with lightning takes. Let's get right to the news.
Diego Luna did an interview in SFX magazine. It's a Black Mirror season 7 is on the cover. It's out now. And he talked about Andor, obviously, because it's amazing. We already know that Andor season 2 is supposed to lead directly into Rogue One.
Yep.
Tony Gilroy has said it. So the final shots are supposed to set up the film, literally. Diego Luna has gone even further, and he's saying, you know what you should do? You should, as soon as the show is over, your Blu-ray player should already have Rogue One in it. Credits start rolling on Andor, you fire that Blu-ray player up and you start immediately. He says, literally, if you have your DVD or Blu-ray of Rogue One, you should plug it in as soon as the season ends, and you'll see a film that will be re-signified.
Well, as much as I would love to do that, I will immediately be heading over to my computer to work on the review.
It's okay, I'll watch it without you.
Would you really do that to me?
No, I'll have to work the next day, so I'll have to go right to bed.
You should take the day off. It's like post-Andor day. I think it should be a holiday. Everybody should have to watch Rogue One.
I should just have every Wednesday off until Andor's over.
That works too.
That'd be
convenient.
I really like that idea.
But... yeah, instead of having to stay up late watching Andor and then watch me go to work.
And I have to somehow just go to bed when all I want to do is talk about it.
How do you go to bed after that? Yeah, that's why I actually like doing the reviews immediately after, because I got 80 things I want to talk about, so it just works really well.
In this show, one of the things I love about it is it gives you so much to talk about.
Yes.
There are plenty of nuances and details you can sit there and agonize over because the show is that good. Because they make you think. You want to think about it.
Every scene is something that needs to be dissected and discussed.
That's one of the things that makes me a little sad that they're doing 3 episodes a week. Not because I don't want to watch 3 episodes a week. It's because I actually really enjoy the digestion time, you could say. I like to talk theories in our Discord and on the channels about what do we think's coming, what's happening, what's going on, to kind of deepen the show and really get a good discussion out of it. And instead, it's going to be like 3 episodes, go.
Yeah, I kind of wish they were just doing the one per week. As much as I would love to sit down and watch all 12 in a row, and I would absolutely do that. You would. I like, as you said, kind of, especially when it's something this deep and this much on the table for you to talk about and digest, as you say.
Okay. He goes on to say, you're going to see it differently in regards to Rogue One, with so much information you didn't have before. You knew nothing about this bunch of rebels that got together and made this sacrifice, and then we did a show of 24 episodes about one of them. I definitely believe it's going to change the experience because it's now so full of answers, almost many more than you ever wanted when you watched Rogue One, like who Cassian's mother was, what was the first droid he had a strong connection with, B2EMO, how his bedroom was. You've seen enough of this man now that you'll go, holy S, that's what he meant. And they're right. We're going to actually know, Rogue One was mostly Jyn's story, correct?
Yeah, it's Jyn's story.
Cassian was a big player in it, but we knew nothing about him. All we knew is he had a shady past, he was willing to do some hardcore things for the rebellion, and then he changed at the end. He kind of redeemed himself.
Yeah.
Now we see the full gambit of this character.
We're knowing what he's redeeming, essentially, yeah. Which is interesting because one of the biggest complaints, I think, about Rogue One, which is generally, I think, most people enjoyed Rogue One. I really enjoyed Rogue One. I think it's a good movie. But a lot of people were like, well, we don't really know any of these characters. We don't have time to really get to know them. Maybe Jyn a little bit or the most, but all these other characters are just kind of blank slates.
They're just there, yeah.
And now we're going to have this one character who we know his entire life. As he said, we know what his bedroom looked like. We know his mom. We know all about him.
We know all of it.
Yeah.
We also learned a little bit more about Melchi along the way.
A little bit, yeah.
Right. But it's really interesting because Cassian, he was kind of a secondary lead in Rogue One.
He was the co-lead, basically.
Yeah, he's the one we saw we don't see anything about him. He's such a blank slate character, and now that we've got a full development on him, I just feel really confident that this is going to change my viewing experience of Rogue One, knowing these characters like I do, knowing the sacrifices that were made to even set up Yavin Base.
Yeah. It's kind of funny that, as you said moments ago, Rogue One is Jyn's movie. I think after this, it's not going to be her movie anymore. I think we're going to see it as Andor's movie.
It's the continuation of Cassian's story.
Yeah.
And don't forget, we're going to get more information on Mon Mothma's sacrifices. So when we see her in Rogue One, we're going to feel a little bit more of that emotional depth for her character. We know more about Krennic because we're going to get more Krennic in this.
Yeah.
So we might see more of that story. We might see some Galen. We might see some Brody. We're going to see the pilot. He's part of the reason the plans got out.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of them coming back and kind of easing that transition into Rogue One or making it a little more fluid.
Well, don't forget, we're getting K2SO's story.
Yeah. Well, we had a comic book, though.
What?
Yeah, we forget about that. As I've said before, this is the one instance where I'm like, yeah, don't worry about that. That's fine.
You know, as much as I actually wanted to watch Rogue One before season 2 of Andor,
I won't watch it.
I won't do it. I have that, like, urge, though. I'm like, I really want to. I really, really want to, because it's such a good movie, and I need something while I'm waiting for Andor season 2, but I can't do it because I don't want to cheat myself out of this experience that apparently going into Rogue One after finishing Andor, it could be phenomenal. I mean, we'll probably make a video about it. We'll probably rewatch it.
You know I'm going to make a video
talk about the context and how it has shifted within the show to the movie. And I'm really there for it. I really like this idea of enhancing this movie even beyond just Catalyst was a great book. That was the prequel to Rogue One, Catalyst. Yeah. Great book. This adding even more depth and context to an already great movie, I'm there.
Well, yeah, they've kind of made their own little, I don't want to call it the Andor-verse, but I'm going to for simplicity's sake.
Okay.
But yeah, we do have Catalyst, which doesn't have anything to do with Cassian. That's more Krennic and Tarkin and Lyra and Galen Erso and all of those characters, which is really, really good. Highly recommended if you enjoy Andor. Now we have the Reign of the Empire series. We have the Mask of Fear, which is dealing with Mon Mothma, Bail Organa, some other characters, Saw Gerrera, yes. And we're going to get 2 more books in that series. So I do feel like there is this whole story now that they've carved out of this time period, which is really interesting.
This is the era of the Empire, you could say.
Yeah. It's the Andor-verse.
What's funny is when they write all the books that tie in and lead up to, let's say, the sequel trilogy.
The what?
It feels more like they're trying to fix things or explain things.
Yes.
Whereas when they give you this extra stuff, when they gave you Catalyst, when they gave you the whole Andor series, Mask of Fear, these things are really enhancing.
Yes.
They're not going, no, hold on, we have to fix this so that fans are enjoying it.
So it makes sense.
Yeah, this makes sense now, right? No, instead you're like, no, this just makes everything have deeper meaning and gives you way more emotional context when you're watching the media.
And that's how it should be. It shouldn't be where you need to read something because something in the movie or show did not make sense. Or, well, how did Rey know all these things? Well, she downloaded Kylo's training. That makes sense, right? No, you just made it worse. I would have rather not had an answer, but not to get off topic. But yeah, I think that's what's been really good about all the stuff in the Andor-verse.
What's interesting
is that it is enhancing what is already there instead of trying to explain something that was poorly inserted in the first place.
So it's building on it rather than trying to reconstruct
it. Yes, exactly.
One of the last things they mentioned is Diego Luna kind of talked a little bit about Tony Gilroy, who has admitted he's a little reluctant to go back and look at how it impacts Rogue One. Diego Luna said he's been very timid about going back and looking at it, but he believes it has to affect very deeply your relationship with Cassian.
Well, it has to. I mean,
absolutely.
It's going to be so weird watching that movie now because you're going to be like, we know we know his whole story.
Well, I remember not liking Cassian in Rogue One at the beginning because I'm like, he's going to snipe him like that jerk. What's he doing? He just killed that guy. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, now I know who he is better.
Yeah.
So it's just, everything's already got a little more context just from the first season. So I'm really curious to see how Cassian grows and evolves in season 2 to make it even better.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how Cassian makes that final transition into the character we know in Rogue One, the all for the cause, 100%. And then in that movie, he realizes, I've done some bad things and I feel like I need to redeem myself.
But he's still all for the cause.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to see the things he needs to redeem himself for, I think, in this final season of Andor.
Right.
All right, well, that is going to be all we got for you this time. Now it is your turn. Take to the comments below. Let us know what you think of anything and everything we talked about today. And let's talk some Star Wars. And so until next time, thanks for watching.